Don't need to go that far quite yet. Oh, variation on the blue-eyed nightmare with a greatsword. And he drops some nice healing items. Wish he'd drop his sword. But I'll take what I can get. Okay, so that's where he's gonna be rescued. But I want to take care of everyone else first. Because the less you have to protect him from, the better. Oh god. Don't get me here. There we go. That's what I was hoping for. Sharpstone and Heartstone. Let's look at those, in fact. Artstone Shard. Shard of hard ore. Reinforces straight swords, axes, hammers, and the like. A rudimentary ore that evenly increases a weapon's strength. Weapons can be reinforced by hard stones up to level 10. Sharpstone Shard. Shard of sharp ore. Reinforces daggers, curved swords, spears, and the like. Can be reinforced up to level 10. Okay. Oh. Now, ores are a lot of weight. And, thankfully in this remake, unlike previously, you can send any items you're holding directly to your storage. You can't pull them back out from while you're out in the field, obviously. But it's nice being able to get rid of this stuff that you are not going to be using. Let's see. I'm going to carry around the the armor for now. And we're gonna rock the classic helm when eventually I have the stats to wear this all properly. Come and get me.
My thanks for your brave rescue. I am Ostrava of Boletaria. Accept this as a token of my gratitude.
Brass telescope. Works a lot like the monocular from Bloodborne. Or the binoculars. Scimitar. Now, since I didn't think that one other crossbow guy was going to be able to hit me from a certain area, I'm going to go take care of that guy. Just to be sure that he doesn't hit our good buddy Ostrava there. Didn't expect me to get a backstab there, but I'll take it. So Ostrava walks around down there into a few areas, pretty much all the areas that I cleared out of enemies. And if you don't clear them out beforehand, he's going to run into them, and he could potentially die. In fact, matter of fact, he pretty much will die if you're not careful. There we go. Trying to do the tool belt. Gives a clear view of distant scenery. A rare trinket which employs concave glass that allows one to view distant scenes as clear as day, possibly originating in the relatively advanced region to Boletaria's south. Never really tried it with photo mode there, and it's it's funny to see that it uses the exact same view slider as the photo mode does. So here you have a whole container of boulders and a whole line of enemies. Snack and stay out of the way. And so over there is the blue dragon wyvern. The mate of the red one from that world's intro cutscene. There we go. Now, one of the weird criticisms I've seen of this remake is people saying, "Oh, this should not be overgrown. And the original, it was all plain and didn't look like this." But it's like, do you have any idea in real life how quickly this kind of stuff regrows over unattended human structures? It can be surprisingly quick, especially creeping vines and the like. And it also works thematically for something that's not going to come up until, again, much later. I just find it just a weird, just talk about the weird little nitpicks people make that are just really dumb and shallow. I'm going to be making fun of that stuff a lot because I read a lot in the lead up to this game coming out. You have both dragons here. I'm not gonna mess with them. Go here safely. Relatively. But it's really cool, you can get a real nice view of this huge walkway and the castle town and the castle itself all the way in the distance, in between those two large like sort of arch peaks. It's a fantastic visual. Artstone Shard and full moon grass. Artstone Shard. A shard scraped from one of the archstones found across the land. Transport the user back to Nexus. The Monumental entrusted the archstones to the leaders of the masses, but before long the stones were forgotten, left to be gnawed away by rodents. Let's get a look at this place. It's so neat looking. Wallpaper material. Those dragons are guarding a bunch of items, but not gonna go after that right now. As you see, when you get close enough, the red one just torches the whole place. And if you look closely, all those items are on dead bodies. You can clearly guess what happened there. See, the red boy is happy to burn that bridge, and it goes quite far. So time will run very, very long. And get behind the fire line. Nicely marked by the glowing embers. And two jerks with crossbows. That opened the main gate at the start of the level. What's nice about this straight sword is the R1s are slash attacks, and the R2 is a thrust attack. When you deal with the thick-skinned enemies, more pine resin. Little preview of what's to come here. This is a Hoplite, which held that shield as with the deluxe edition items. Oh. Before we go back, though, I'll just loop around here. I need to get that item that was behind Ostrava. You attack their shield, it's obviously not going to do a whole lot of damage, but you get to their soft, fleshy parts behind, and you're going to do plenty. Like so. And like that, we have completely looped back around. That is the entrance to the boss door, but first, I want that item I spoke of. I've kind of taken a little bit of a long way, but oh well. Now, on the PS3 version, I didn't quite understand the whole leap over mechanic because they didn't tutorialize it very well. So, I just kind of had to screw around and roll from off the stairs and over the banister here because I didn't realize I could do that. Thief ring. Become harder for enemies to detect. Ancient sapphire ring that conceals the bearer's presence for enemies up to a distance. This makes it so that oh, ow. That enemies can have to get closer to you in order to notice you and aggro. Let's actually use the shortcut to get back. One of the main reasons I wanted to do this Let's Play now is because Elden Ring will be releasing in January 21st or in 2022. And this is a relatively quick game compared to all the content in Bloodborne, at least on a normal playthrough of this. And I wanted to get as much, and I wanted to do all this as sort of a, just before that comes out, kind of where it all started and where it all is now, past to present kind of deal. Now, they've been giving you pine resin and fire bombs throughout this level. That is because this boss here, Phalanx, now this is a Phalanx, unlike Colossi 13, couple fire bombs, you can get to the helps clear them out really well. It pretty much makes this fight a joke. Gotta still not be an idiot about it and get too cocky. But look how much damage that does. Look at that. With all fire bombs they give, you can pretty much do this. Demon vanquish. Body restored, you have regained your body. I mean, you could put that pine resin on, provided you do not have a wooden weapon. And just start slashing everybody up. Burning them. Lead Demon Soul. And back to Nexus. The sacred space which holds together the northern land of Boletaria connects to all other archthrones across the earth. The old one is contained inside the Nexus, where the Monumental awaits the Slayer of Demons.
Welcome back. The Monumental awaits the above. The Monumental will explain the Nexus to thee.
Now let's go speak to him. notice all these dead bodies of monk-like figures. And only one remains alive. The last monumental.
We have long awaited you, slayer of demons. I am one of the monumentals. We preserve the fabric of reality. There is a tale I wish to tell you. Once, we too a scourge of demons faced. In the distant past, under benevolent rule, the world was united owing to the soul arts. Until a lust for power caused the awakening of the Old One. Across the land seeped a colorless, deep fog, and the world faced extinction at the hands of the demons. Thanks be, we were able to lull the Old One back to its slumber, yet only after the loss of innumerable souls, and most of the world, lost, erased by the fog. In order to mend the fabric of what lands still remained, we entrusted 6 leaders with 6 precious archstones. One to the king of a small yet industrious land. One to the king of the burrowers underground. One to the wise queen of the great ivory tower. One to the chieftain of lost and ill-fortuned souls. One to the shaman of the tempest-worshipping shadowmen. And the last to the great giants of the northern lands. The archstones were placed in the fringelands that survived. We contained the Old One here below the Nexus, and prohibited the soul arts. Finally, we became monumentals, half-living sentinels of the fabric of reality. Alas, the other monumentals have perished, and only I remain.
By the power of the monumental, the 4 sealed archstones have been unlocked.
Now it is your turn. You must lull the Old One back to its slumber and seal it away for all eternity. If not, the deep fog will absorb all that we know. Have you the strength to bear this burden? Yes, we are fortunate indeed to have you. Now, go forth and destroy every last demon. The Old One, without demons to feed its souls, will a new servant seek and lure you to its bosom. We neutralized the Old One and banned the soul arts. Then we spread the archstones, and in order to mend reality, monumentals we became. However, man's memory of history is ever short, and before long he repeated his mistakes. The monumentals perished, and the archstones were long forgotten. And the short-sighted King Alant once again roused the Old One. The monumentals perished, and the short-sighted...
So, he's the last living monumental. Detail I always appreciate is how there's a candle in front of all of them. and they've all melted and been extinguished, except for the last living one. The last person trying to hold reality together as the monument, as the Great Old One attempts to cover the world in its thick, colorless fog. And you'll see, there's many more of these monumentals. So that one sort of like child monk or adult, it's kind of hard to tell. I always assume they're children. Is left to just hold on to that insane burden. Now, in the cutscene, which the Monumental spoke to us, it showed a large sort of stone structure floating in the air. It's hard to tell, but that is the Nexus we are standing in. Through this door, if you're playing online, you can go see leaderboards. They'll like have little like ghostly statues of the players. Basically, their online data. I love this visual. This woman holding a sword. And their staff, and you'll see all the rings and everything. So when you touch the archstones, and you see that they have the similar sort of design, ethos, and philosophy with those intersecting diamonds and circles on sword hilts and the like, it all connects back to here. Because literally, that's what they do. Now let's go back downstairs and level up. Now that we can speak to the Maiden in Black. The Maiden in Black is voiced by Iveta Murdosilova. I always feel like I'm butchering that, but she also voices the doll from Bloodborne, and she voiced the Maiden in Black in the original version as well.
Brave soul, for whom death is no fear. Prithee, lull the old one back to its ancient slumber.
Ice stones briefly connect diffused worlds. Should you lose your physical form, remember the ice stone. The Maiden in Black manipulates souls with inhuman prowess. Her strength allows her to aid slayers of demons. So let's take a look at some of those items. Okay. Pick these up. Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. An ice stone on the verge of crumbling. Has the power to restore one's corporeal form. Can only use in soul form. Once used, it crumbles into nothing. Blue Eye Stone. Proof the Monumental recognizes you as a true demon slayer. In death, your body is lost, and you assume soul form. Only then can this be used to leave a soul sign. The soul sign is projected to countless disparate worlds, where it can be summoned as a phantom. Help the host defeat a demon to restore your corporeal form. Online item. So, place that down, get summoned, and hopefully go fight a boss and restore your body without having to do it here or use one of these ice stones. White Ice Stone. A white mirror image of the other eye stones, has the power to control summoning and send phantoms back to the original world, but without resurrecting their bodies. Also allows you to return to your own world from a world to which you were summoned as a phantom, only without resurrecting your own body.
What is it? Seekest thou the power of souls?
Yes.
Of course. After all, thou requirest strength. Go ahead. Touch the demon inside me. Let these vagabond souls become thine own. Soul of the mind, key to life's ether. Soul of the lost, withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended. Myself, I'm only here to tend to each flame. I keep the candles lit and serve the brave demon slayers who are trapped here. I keep the candles lit and serve the brave. Art thou finished? May thy strength help the world be mended.
Have you met the last surviving monumental? Those fools revived the old one on a whim. And now, they've trapped us here in the Nexus in a desperate attempt to undo their mistake. It's all a travesty, if you ask me. Still alive? I am impressed. This is something that might interest you. The black-robed maiden of the Nexus looks after the flames. She's the morose one, with eyes sealed, compacted by wax. She can control souls like no other. Bring her the souls of men and demons, and she will embolden your flesh and blood with their power. But beware, do not decay into a foul beast.
This isn't Bloodborne. We're fine.
What's happened? Have you lost your nerve? No matter. Have a seat. We can sit here forever. At least we will be safe. What's happened? No matter. At least...
So, something I like to point out, it's really nice in this remake, is that you'll see that barring a couple exceptions, such as the Maiden in Black and the Monumental, characters actually move their mouths when they talk, which was obviously not in the original and not in any other From Software game until Sekiro. They usually didn't bother to animate those. Generally, it's probably just due to time, cost, and just not really necessary for the most part, unless when you can focus on spending your time and money in other areas. When it comes to RPGs, I typically don't care. It's nice, but I'm not gonna be upset if it doesn't, especially being so used to it from playing Souls games for so long. I'm curious to see if Elden Ring carries the Sekiro mouth movement forward, or if that was just something that they did thanks to insistence from Activision, who published Sekiro. We'll see. I kind of hope they do, just because it's more immersive. But like I said, it won't bother me at all if they don't. All right, and talk to him.
That ornament. That belongs to my daughter. Then she didn't make it after all. My dearest little baby. May she rest in peace. May I ask a favor? Would you mind giving me that hair ornament? I'd like to have it in memory of my daughter.
Of course.
You're a saint. Thank you. Thank you so much. I mustn't forget. It's not much, but please accept this as thanks. I found it discarded on the main road. It might look ordinary, but it seems to possess a strange power. Anyway, I feel that you should have it. It will be happier in your hands.
Ring of Herculean Strength. Ring of Herculean Strength. Long ago, Stockpile Thomas found this ring lying on the road. Rated his item carrying capacity. That lets you carry more items. It's not quite as useful anymore, given that you can send stuff directly to storage, but it's nice to have it. I don't think I have enough. Oh, I might. I just need to pop a soul. How many do I have?
It's simple. Just bring me all the souls you can. In trade, I'll give you weapons, or forge the ones you already have. With your souls, I can eke out a living. And with my weapons, you can go on living. Not a bad deal, eh?
Oh, can I upgrade again? Oh no, I can't. I'm missing 5. Does he sell them? No, that's a different vendor. Nothing necessary.
You come back alive. I need your business.
Now, another mechanic unique to Demon Souls on Bloodborne or Dark is worlds and character tendency. For now, I'm going to talk about world tendency. World tendency can go from pure white to pure black, and it makes worlds either easier or harder. And if you go pure white, curative items drop more often and unlock certain things. If you go pure black, enemies become tougher and they'll drop better gear, and they'll also unlock other certain things. It's more preferable to play in pure white, but pure black also has its own exclusive sort of paths and unlocks and little side quests and things like that as well. And it's, for the most part, it's easier to play in pure white, and your worlds gain pure white by either killing a demon, which is the bosses, and they go towards black if you die in a world in human form. So you kill yourself in the Nexus and play the game in soul form. This way, you only become human after you've killed a demon, and don't have to worry about losing the world's brightness as you go on. Now, if you want to go in dark, you can always become human through either using co-op and slaying demons in other people's world, becoming human, coming back and dying, or stones of ephemeral eyes. There's a lot of potential options for you. I'll explain more as needed. And there's also a character tenancy system, kind of like a sort of a morality system that's in place for a character tendency. And we can take a look at that in the menus, actually. So, you'll see the brighter the eyes on the bottom are, the wider the world's tendency is. And the darker it gets, of course, the darker it is there. And you'll see that it's really hard to tell, to be honest, but the Boletarian Palace is a little bit brighter than all the rest, which are on neutral. It has been upgraded to +1, and it will be full brightness as we kill the other bosses within. And character, I believe, is on neutral as well for the time being. I'd have to double check exactly what makes those go up, because the only thing I can remember exactly is either killing NPCs or not, and helping other players, or going and killing other players. There's also things that open up from there as well, based on pure white or pure black character tendency per player. And I think that's going to be it for this session. Thank you all for joining me, and I definitely look forward to playing more. And till next time.